buddy. This is kind of cool. I'm really liking this idea. What's up? What's up? What's up? You must be pretty happy this morning with those HITIF results, huh? How's that thing doing pre-market? 3%, not bad. Pot stocks should do well today on New York. Is today the ZOM day? Who will know? Who will know? I don't know, guys. I actually don't know when Zomedica is going to drop PR. Over the long weekend, after the long weekend, they're not going to drop any PR until May. Who knows? Saki, one thing to take into note is Ontario, which is one of the biggest markets, is going into complete lockdown as of Saturday. So it's going to affect this quarter. For 4 weeks, they're going to be completely closed. None of them are considered essential services, so they will have all of their locations closed. Good morning, Cobbler. How you doing, man? What was I doing? I was doing this. And this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Why didn't this copy? There we go. All right, there we go. Yeah. Steelman, yeah, 5 months straight. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, but guys, I mean, SNDL is up 3% pre-market here. Zomedica is up three, almost four. FTOC is up a little bit, not a ton, but I mean, I'll take that on the day. It looks like a relatively green day into Easter. Who knows what Monday will bring, but we shall see. Again, with Zomedica, guys, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not. I'm just not leaving. Um, yeah, I would really. I mean, they're not a massive company, and I don't think it would hurt SNDL to throw a little bit of money their way. I would very much like to see SNDL tack onto that and see about. I mean, SNDL has Sunbeam as well now, so their investment firm could be looking at HITF. There's just so little news out of SNDL as far as press releases go. They're sitting on a pile of money. They're just waiting to drop it. So I do have my kiddos today, guys. So it is going to be a relatively short day. I'll probably be out of here by 10:30, depending. I did want to just pop in today and see what's up, watch the market as it opens. Wish you guys a happy Easter. But yeah, it will be a relatively short day today. Did get the last approval on the meeting yesterday with the new sponsor for the stream. So starting next week, that new sponsor will be on here. So feel that Monday. It'll be 2.5 weeks. Um, well, I mean, pending everything goes the way it's supposed to, it'll be 2.5 weeks starting next week. But yeah, it shouldn't change too much, guys. That upper section of this black is going to have a banner. When I go away to get water, coffee, or whatever, I will run a trailer for them. But other than that, guys, it's going to be business as usual, okay? So I will do one Saturday stream that will have an hour dedicated to breaking down their tool, showcasing what it is, what the opportunity is, and we'll take a look at that together and go through it. But that's there just so you guys are aware. And all the proceeds from that will be going to the young man who has cancer. So that's great news that that sponsor is coming along when they are, that we can do that. I am going to schedule the charity stream for the end of April. It'll be the last weekend of April. It'll be Saturday. Still wrestling with whether it's going to be a 24-hour stream or not. I'm tempted to do a 8-hour stream with milestones and goals to add additional hours as we move on. But yeah, all proceeds from that will be going towards the cancer thing too. So that'll be the end of April. That'll be there. It is April 1st, guys. So when I finish the stream today, I will be sending out the notebook link on your Twitch chat if you are a sub. So you'll see that there. If you guys aren't a sub and you were to sub today, you can't hear me? I am a bit quiet. Okay, let me turn it up a bit. How's that? Is that better? A little bit louder? I don't want to blow eardrums, but yeah, if you guys are subs, you will receive that link at the end of the day here today. If you are not subs and you sub today, you'll get it at the end of this month. It's just a small thing that I give to subs that are here month over month. KFC Gaming, finger licking good. It was perfect before. Okay. All right. Well, I'll move it back then. I'll move it back to where it was. Anyway, guys, yeah, a little bit of a short morning. I do have my kiddos today, so I am going to be hopping off not too long after the market opens. 10:30 is 10:30 is definitely the latest. So I will have a hard stop at 10:30. Um, but yeah, that's that. Just looking through this to see if there's anything of relevance. This is the Finance Senate Committee. This is Biden's pro-union speech. Pre-market, the EV tax credits are coming back. I think that's relatively big. Nobody's talking about the job claims rise. Way over consensus. Top pre-market gainers. Sonoma Pharma, JAGX, FTFT, IDEX, UXIN. These are the early runners pre-market here. Riot, Mara, or Ken. Sinnoh would be the one that I like the best. Not super familiar. I get mine from a medical distributor from Organogram directly. So I can't actually, well, I can. I as a Canadian I can, but I could go to a retailer, but I don't get to claim that back on my taxes. Whereas if I order through Organogram, it's medical THC or medical CBD. I'm able to claim that back on taxes. So I order from retailers. When do you think we will see ZOM pre-order sales? No idea. It won't. I mean, it would have been nice to have seen it today or yesterday, but again, who knows? Who knows? I can go to their website though and see if there's anything on the investor side. No events, no listing. Let's see if they have. Send an official request. And then let's go to LinkedIn. There we go. And then connect directly to the CEO of the company, Chief Commercial Officer. Why not the president too? Let's connect to the president as well. Et voila. Yep, ZOM earnings are next month. There's some time in May. Something went wrong. What went wrong? Hmm. Yeah, it's saying their last earnings was February 26th, so I don't know. Like I understand they're saying it's May because it's 3 months later, but there's no date, there's no estimate date, there's nothing there, so um, hard to say, tough to say. Again, I'm not going anywhere on it. I'm happy to just wait, knowing that money is coming. I'm happy to wait. I mean, here's the thing. So the thing on Zemetica that people are having an issue with is expectations and timelines that weren't met. My expectations are they will drop revenue reports at some time, and when Zemetica does that, they will go from being a no revenue company to a revenue company. They will have a Marbles is not going to work today. We may have to do random number generator. There's 64 people in chat. Hmm. Random number generator 1 to 63. All right, guys, throw it out there. Number in chat from 1 to 63. No repeats, no double ups. First person to type it gets it. If you see yourself repeating somebody else, make sure that you put a different number in there. I'm going to give you guys the time it takes me to go take a piss and come back, and then I'll roll this.
You saw that? Oh wait, are you still in Westport? Because I DM'd that to you yesterday because I thought that you were still in.
I'm not currently in Westport, but I am looking to get back in there following exiting these positions. All right, let's roll it. Number 4. Do we have a number 4? No number 4. 24. Who has 24? Anybody? Bueller? 24? Yep. Sean. Sean grabs it. Sean grabs it. Good old Sean. All right, Sean. You picked the ticker, man. You know how this goes.
Yeah. So from those reviews, apparently it says I need more personality, and I'm like,
Whoa, let's not. I don't want to discuss that on stream.
oh my. Just
Yeah,
like
we're on
thinking, it's
stream.
just like
I don't want to discuss that on stream. Happy to discuss it with you after, but yeah, let's not discuss that on stream.
apparently no one's ever seen my YouTube channel.
Okay, what do we got here? No, it's not awkward. It would, yeah, no, not awkward. Just not going to discuss it. All right, all right, all right. Opening up the options portfolio. Did you give me a ticker there, Sean? Did I miss it? AWK, AWK, is that the ticker? Mara. Oh, we're watching Mara. All right. I did take BlackBerry calls yesterday, guys, by the way. I know I had been hinting that I might do that. I did pull the trigger on that. I took BlackBerry 2023 calls. So pretty pumped about that. Oh, and there's the bell, and we are off, and Mara... Oh, I'm looking at BlackBerry. I was like, Mara's $8 again? That can't be right. Mara. Mara's $48. There we go. That's much better. We'll go here. We'll go here. Et voila. So out the gate, Mara coming up a little bit from the close yesterday, so it's kind of nice to see. The portfolio. Yeah, this is the U.S. portfolio up a whopping $500. All of these are just kind of floating up little by little by little. SHG continues to be what it is.
Oh, that's why you liked East. You had East. Fuck.
So that's like why I liked what?
I remember I was talking about East Side Distilling or whatever, and then because I found it and I was just like, wait a second, didn't you talk about this before? And I didn't realize you're still in it.
In it? I'm not in it.
Saw
Oh,
East
I am in it.
earlier. Yeah.
Oh yeah. On the Canadian side, am I in it? Is that no? Oh yeah, I am. I am.
Wait,
Yeah,
they
but
had
I
a
mean,
Canadian one?
I have such a little like. Come on,
Wait, they
I've
have a
got a
Canadian one?
whopping
I thought it was.
$20 in there.
Wait. That's it's an American one. Unless this is
This is East
something
West
different.
Biosciences that I'm in.
Oh, okay. I was talking about East Distilling.
I know this is East West Biosciences. This is not that. This is a $20 YOLO.
So, um, my friend has a little disagreement with this, but I showed him something. I showed him something Tom Nash said the other day about like how Nomura went down, or that Bill Huang um, margin call thing happened or whatever. And he's like, what was it? Tom Nash was saying that yeah, there's a lot more coming along the horizon, right? It can't just be him. And I asked my friend about it, and he says that it might only be just be him, but honestly, it's like if anything, they'll make him the scapegoat for everything, and that's it. Like there might be, but the probability of someone else kind of like doing margin calls right now is very unlikely.
Guys, the Medica is perfectly sideways because there is no news, so people don't know what the hell they're supposed to be doing with it. Merit of the Moon. Is that what we're saying? Merit of the Moon. Mara back up to that 50 level. Yeah, it's doing quite well.
But have you seen any headlines where other firms have gone down? Because my friend was just basically saying you'll never hear about it. Typically, you'll see it all being dogpiled onto Nomura, but I'm not sure if he's correct or not.
There will be other firms that go down for sure. The thing is, the margin calls are going to keep rolling in, right? And as some of these bigger players, these GMEs, the AMCs, these large positions happen, it's not just going to be the hedge funds; it's going to be retailers as well. But as there are sharp increases or declines and margin calls come in, that's going to cause people to have to liquidate their positions, which is going to further fluctuate the stock, which is going to cause additional. Like you see how that's a domino effect.
I mean, like, what was it? Because he was arguing that, like, instead of like, if they really wanted to blow it out of proportion, they'll talk about like other people. But right now, they're too much of a happy high, with the market going up and stuff. So if they were to do it, they'll hide it within Nomura. Nomura's
I don't think
headlines. That's
so.
about it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you're gonna. If there are other large, like Credit Suisse is has all eyes on right now. Everybody is waiting to hear something out of Credit Suisse as to how bad the hurt is on them. Yeah, guys, it doesn't look like a boomer of a day for me. It's not. It's not really going to move anything a huge way one way or the other. Ride. I'm glad I took my ride position yesterday. That's green now. I've got July 30 calls. Ride has been beaten down pretty hard since the double short, so there could be a large opportunity in that for it to bounce back. I think it's way undervalued at $12. I think there's a lot of opportunity on that, especially given yesterday. Ride beta. Yesterday, Lordstown rolled out their beta trucks. There it is. Doesn't look like a pusher to me, boys. Doesn't look like a pusher to me. That looks like a truck that's running on its own wheels. Anybody? Oh, there's another one. Look at that. That's a flat piece of ground with trucks driving. Pickup in motion, drivetrain working. Come on. Come on. Looks like they have a product, ladies and gentlemen. So dear Hindenburg, go fuck yourself. Like, looks like they have an operational product.
Is there other than like the regular site estimators, whatever, like similar webs and stuff like that, is there a way to estimate like how much traffic a site gets?
I'm sure there is. I don't know though. Can it go more than 10 miles an hour? We'll find out. So the next big catalyst for Ride is the go sit down. No. Like I said, short day today. I've got the kids. The Baja race is going to be the big. The Baja race is the Baja 250 is going to be the big race. If they get really, really great stuff there, it's going to be very, very interesting. Yeah, SEM Rush you have to pay for. I've got an affiliate with them, but yeah,
I
it's
was
it's
gonna
definitely not free to go.
the
BlackBerry's
reason
getting a bit of a run.
the reason I ask is because IB sent out like the usual garbage and stuff like that, but they sent out this one where it's like for their webinars today, or yeah, active webinars for today. And there's this one on April 1st, and I can't think of it other than a joke, but it says TikToker. Trading using probability analysis with TikTokers, Steve Kello, whatever, blah, blah. This has to be a fucking joke.
Um, I will say, guys, that my BlackBerry $12 calls for 2023 are looking pretty good right now. Geez, sure is rough that they had that drop on earnings not being great. Man, oh man. Spy broke 400. We're there. Um, well, they didn't have news. They had their guidance that said that they expect double digit increase in revenue over 2022. Um, and it's funny because I say that and people are like, "So what? 10%? 10% growth in revenue is really good." Like that's I'll take that. I'll take a double digit growth in revenue. Um, but yeah, heading into self driving vehicles, assisted driving, automated driving, EV pushes. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be pretty solid. Sorry, Saki, you wanted me to look at HITIF because you're on delayed time, right? Let's go. So this is the last 2 days on the minute. It's not really showing a lot of love, surprisingly, on. Is this updated? No, this doesn't look updated here. It looks like it's kind of frozen. Is it halted? No, it's not halted. It just looks like there was some profit taking out the gate. S&P new high. What you want to look for if you are looking for the tech, it won't be on theirs. It'll be who is the company that they are licensing that through? Madwaiter, what? Let's go. Um, Corvo, I think, is the name of the company. Yeah, Corvo. QRVO. That's where you want to go to see the tech. Yeah, yeah, it is Corvo. Corvo is where you wouldn't want to go to break that down. I haven't done a deep dive into what the tech actually is. I just know that it is. I know that it is something that the vets who have looked at it are blown away by. ACRX being acquired by BDSI. Do you have a link?
All right, I got a massive list to throw at you, millennial.
All right, let me open up Yahoo Finance here. Go ahead.
SFET Safety Group.
Sorry, you got to give me the ticker.
Yeah, SFET. Sierra Fuego.
SFET?
Yes. Oh
Fuego?
fuck.
Really?
Oh,
Fuego?
it's early, okay. It's early, okay. I can't remember my military phonetics, okay.
Sangria, Fuego, Enchilada, Taco.
I forgot Foxtrot, okay. Honestly, fuck. Okay,
It's
so
Thursday. We're going siesta mode, ladies and gentlemen. All letters will be said with Mexican acronyms. Okay.
Siesta, Fuego,
Siesta, Fuego,
Entendre,
Enchilada,
Taco,
Taco.
Taco.
Got it. Growing revenue year over year. Gross profit looks good. Gross profit looks good. R&D, they're still spending. Trailing 12 month, they're looking good. I like it.
Okay, it's going in the good list. Okay, now next one is Ford. Ford Industries, not like single F, but
Yeah,
like
FORD.
Foxtrot. Yeah.
Yeah. Growing revenue, gross profit, not kind of where I want it to be though. Well, I guess the revenue growth isn't exactly massive either. They're right. It's almost level. That's interesting. I don't see an R&D line.
They're a footwear and accessory company. It's consumer cyclical.
Yeah, so that would be marketing then that would be
Yeah.
in. The net income available is a little bit of a concern for me, where they are negative net income. I'm going to go no just on the trailing 12 months here. It looks like that their operating income or losses is not doing so hot. This is one that I think I would probably stay away from. It's not showing
All right.
phenomenal revenue growth, so
I hate clothing stuff, so yeah.
I don't mind clothing stuff if it's actually like Lululemon, right? Like that would
Yeah,
be
like the
or
big
Grey
brands,
Goose. Yeah.
the big
All
ones,
right.
not these ones. Yeah.
Give me the next one because I'm only going to be here for a
Uh,
very little while. I got two toddler or
the
two young kids on the bed here.
Bravo November Sierra Oscar. This is a tech and scientific instrument company. However,
Bonzo
Bonzo Electronics. But here's the thing, though, it's Hong Kong, but because Hong Kong part of China now, I'm not sure whether
pass.
to phase this out or not. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a pass. Fluctuating revenue, up,
Yeah.
down, up. Their expenses are growing along. Yeah, no, this is a pass for me. That one.
And the last, no, actually, no, I think you ran through this one before, but I think you said that the gross profit was going down, but Bosk, Bravo, Oscar, Sierra, Charlie.
Yeah, they're trailing 12 monthly revenues down, gross profits down. I'd be very cautious with this. It's not.
Nah, fuck that.
I want to see sizable growth in revenue, right? Not we're
All right,
talking.
if you're a small cap and you show little growth, I don't want it. It's not gonna
Yeah,
meet it.
yeah. My concern is that you're stagnating, right?
Yeah. And yeah, so that's it. So I got 4 finalized that we both kind of like, and Rita hasn't really signed off on any of the ones. But so I got Verify Me that I
Yeah,
liked, East, the distillery one,
yeah,
LEDS, the LED company in Taiwan that we both looked at,
yeah,
Else, Electro Sensors,
yeah.
and Safety. So those are the five small caps that I like.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I mean, I'd start tracking them for performance, but yeah,
Yeah, no, that's what I wanted to do. I just got to figure out how I want to do it and what my timing is going to be for these things. But I think I could build a small, like, artificial portfolio
ETF.
out of it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Mad Waiter, you didn't ask me about XPL, but XPL looks like a zinc play. If I'm going to take a mining play, I'm going to take LAC long term. And that's not me crapping on this. It's just looking at the reporting on this. This is sketchy stuff. Total revenue for the year of 2020, zero. Uh, Either they filed incorrectly, didn't file, or they actually made no sales. In which case, I'm very not interested. Yeah, they're burning money and they're not bringing in any revenue. So, um, in other news, parallel cannabis operator led by the former top leader of Wrigley Gum and Candy Company agreed to buy an Illinois marijuana firm for 100 million, a deal that would give it access to a new market as it prepares to go public. Can you imagine pot gum like Nicorette but with weed? I'd be down with that. I'd chew me some pot gum. LAC, second largest lithium mine in the world. AREC. Oof. 2020 was very, very unkind to this company. Uh, Really mixed revenue results. Gross profit in the shitter, even when they boosted their revenue. Like this is scary. Even trailing 12 month, like they're in the hole, 7.5 million, with 10 million in the negative for income available. Yeah, there are other plays I would say. Look for a profitable company. Look at things like AMTX and Fuel Cell and what really bothers me is how limp wristed the media has become the second that Biden became president. I've stopped watching the press secretary releases, which I used to watch fairly regularly, because the press were like drilling. They would ask the same question 15 times until they got an answer that they liked. Now it's the most softball BS nonsense I've ever seen. It's like T-ball for children. Like it's absolutely brutal. Nobody's keeping score. Nobody's pushing.
I
Mr. Biden, what about the immigration crisis that we're currently facing? Oh, yeah, we haven't had time to look at that because we've been working on other stuff, but we'll get around to it. If Trump had given that answer to the press ever, he would have been grilled for the next week in the press for being negligent of the immigration crisis that's currently facing the United States. And yet we don't hear tickety boo about it out of the press. They just let him slide. Here's a pass. Oh,
I
vaccines
kept
are rolling out. You're doing such a great job, Mr. Biden. Great job. Great job. Nobody mentioning the fact that he's just rolling out the initial plan that Trump had already laid out. Like, great job doing
I
what?
I kept
Nothing?
getting told about I kept getting told and read about this whole thing where it's like I shouldn't be paying attention to what Biden's doing or saying and stuff like that. I should actually be paying attention to what Kamala is doing and stuff in
Yeah,
the background.
that's such a distraction. It's such a nothing to focus on that. What I'm getting at is the press has completely. Now, Trump had a complete rollout plan. He had a complete rollout plan. The entire thing was already laid out. They're just following the same process that was already in place for rollout that Trump had in place. There was a rollout plan already ready to roll, and he's just doing it. But my issue is this: the press. Watch, just take a 60-second clip from any journalism or PR, any press briefing that Trump's office ever did, and then parallel that with Biden's. It is literally like Major League Baseball versus T-ball. That's what we're watching, which is insanity. Yeah. So I mean it. Yeah. Yeah, she did a phenomenal job. Trump's press secretary, the last, not the first few, but the last one, nailed it. She had an answer. She gave it to them when they got uppity about it. She knocked them out of the park. But this latest one, like, if everything is a T-ball, like, what's the point? Like, okay, so let me throw out this. At the next press briefing, are they going to be asking about the massive spike in unemployment, new jobless claims? Do you think we hear anything about that? And if they do ask a question, do you think the answer is going to be pressed? Probably not. Uh, well, for the first year of Trump's presidency, uh, anytime that he said, "Look, we're doing great things," they said, "No, it's not you, it's Obama." That was his first year. Everything was Obama in Trump's first year, and then year 2 through 4, it was just nonstop. Let's berate, degrade, destroy. So the first year, everything that happened in the first year was the result of the previous presidency. Apparently, that doesn't hold true when we go the other way from Trump into uh, Biden. Apparently, everything that's happening in the Biden government is directly Biden's doing and has nothing to do with the previous administration already putting all the pieces in order. Biden blamed the border on Trump. Yeah, you're going to be hard pressed to hold water on that one. If the press was actually going to be equally weighted, I think that they would be grilling them on unemployment, on inflation. They would be grilling them on the obvious immigration crisis that we're facing right now. They'd be grilling them on uh, Russia and China, especially China with Hong Kong. How do I rate Biden's vaccine deployment response? I rate it as it was the same response that would have happened under Trump because he's using the same rollout plan. Um, Now, as far as the stimulus plan that they put together, I think it's a shit show. I think the stimulus that they put together was, and I mean, it didn't change. It was the same liberal shopping list that it was before. Um, and I think it's going to be a lot of money spent with very, very little results. I agree. Non political. Well, it does exist, but it's called YouTube. and that can't always be verified for sources. So it's like, how much did they give Canada? Who?
Talking about COVID vaccines or stimulus money, because we apparently desperately need that because we keep printing ourselves into oblivion. We just don't learn.
Yeah, Jacob, that's exactly it. They're giving him credit for 200 million doses going out. Where do you think those doses, like the entire supply chain, all of that money, everything that came out there, like it's there. How much money did the U.S. give Canada? The U.S. doesn't give Canada money. Or how much money did Canada give us? I'm confused what the question is. Canada's just been spending on debt. I would say the biggest thing that made Biden's rollout of Trump's vaccine distribution was the fact that immediately when Biden entered office, the two states that are the biggest outbreak states, so LA or California, LA, California and New York, stopped fighting the administration and started working with it, which makes rollout a hell of a lot easier. When you have the two largest states that are the biggest problems working with the federal government instead of against the federal government, yeah, you see better results. Go figure. Um, Bioc. I think I've looked at that one in the past. I've looked at this before. It's been a while. I I was looking at this before. I'm not sure. Liquid biopsy. Very interesting. I can't point to a government that did it well, but I will say this globally, we would not have the amount of vaccines we had were it not for the amount of money that Trump poured into it.
I mean, I think the best part was that he essentially gamified it to where it's just like, okay, well, if you want to be a company, do it. We'll give you the shot, and then since like I'm pretty sure many companies have tried to put forward a COVID vaccine that have failed. It got to the point where he made them compete against each other rather than like colluding with one another. First, it was the Moderna vaccine, then it was like whatever that fuck that was like it was $100 stock. I forget what it was called, but one that we've never heard of, and then
It was every day. Every day there was a new
yeah.
company that was developing a vaccine. Not dissimilar to NFTs right now or EVs right now. Um, See, this is the interesting thing. The narrative on NFTs is that it's helping the artist. I completely disagree. Because with NFTs, the artist is selling over the rights to the creative. Like you no longer own the rights as the artist.
I read something different about how it's saying that, and I don't know how they would track this, but it says any sort of revenue generated from this 5% always goes back to the owner. I'm like, how would you even track that?
Yeah, I the original owner will get paid in perpetuity? On what?
Like that's up to the person who received the money to do that. But show me a legally binding contract that states that the the
I'm
blockchain minting
confused.
it.
Hold on, I'm confused. So somebody creates an NFT. There's an auction for $30 million each transaction. Okay, so Snow, there it is. Okay, so people have to continue buying these things, right? So somebody buys an NFT for $30 million. They then put it up on market for 40 million. Nobody buys it. Then put it up for 30 million. Nobody buys it. They then put it up for 25 million. Nobody buys it. They then put it up for 10 million. Nobody buys it. If there's no transaction sale of that NFT, if it's not passing hands, then there's no additional payout to the original creator, right? Which is what I'm getting to. I don't see these NFTs as being high frequency exchanges. Um, so the artist is selling a large part of the rights to whatever he's putting out there, and then they're not seeing. I mean, is there a secondary market for NFTs right now? Is there a market for NFTs? Like where do you go buy this stuff? Is there a website where I can go to and just grab them all? NFT marketplace, OpenSea.
Is there like a central one that like that I'm not thinking of because this is
This is
this is
the
gonna be that
largest
same
NFT
case.
marketplace here.
It's gonna be like one of those cases where it's like, well, what about Kijiji or Craigslist or something like that versus like you're comparing like it'd be comparing those to like say Amazon or eBay. Like, is there something that's Amazon, eBay specifically, or are all of these just basically like local marketplaces?
This is claiming to be the largest NFT, and it shows the trading history being open like this is interesting because this is going to allow us to see what's actually going here. Um, there is activity on it, but I'm seeing mostly these tiny little digi emotes. Nothing really massive. Let's see if I can sort by what do we do art. From Dr. Burry. I'm not seeing any
Wait,
of the massive prices that we have seen before, though. I guess Picasso Punk is here, but this has been canceled.
oh, you're talking about that. I thought Burry came back on Twitter or something.
No, 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 Dr. Burry had an NFT there. Yeah, I just don't like. I'm looking through these and I'm just not seeing it. Like, I mean, it's not terrible artwork, but there's no trading on this. I'd love to be able to see what's the most traded rankings, top NFTs. Looks like there's yeah, so whatever Somnium spaces in VR.
It also sounds like NFTs is just sort of like a way for them to promote their like no name, no one's ever heard of these like cryptocurrencies because they just recently made it.
But look at this, guys. Look at the just sheer amount of assets that people are spamming into the market. Like when there's this many NFTs, very few are going to rise to the top. I am seeing single sales on some of this art, but I'm not. My understanding is that the original creators make money off of the ongoing sales and transaction of these things, and I'm not seeing repeat sales on these. Everybody's on that Nike train here. I wish I could sort by event here. Sale. Yeah, but I don't know that new art will sell quickly either, given the amount of content that's being flooded into that market. It literally looks like you know those create an emote tools, like these free emote tools. Um, but go into Canva. Okay, let's do logo, photo, shoe, effects. Like, this is crazy. Like, is this all I have to do for my retirement? Is like hop in here, grab random pictures of shoes that I have licensed to from Canva, throw a filter over top of them, and put it up as an NFT? Like, it's exactly what I'm getting at. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's hype. I'm not on it on the long term, and I don't think it saves the art industry. Um, NFT the beaver. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It smells like a bit of a meme to me. Ride it as long as you can. Anybody remember moon rocks? If I say moon rocks, yeah, it's like the pet rocks. It's like the pet rocks, but it was in the '60s. Everybody wanted to have a moon rock, and so they bought it. It's just a meme. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, so Mad Waiter, I could see that if you had like a VR gallery, like a VR Louvre or whatever, and you bought digital art and people could walk it in VR. But again, like it's gonna have to be super high profile. You're gonna have to have a very rare collection, and even at that, I think you're gonna see fractionals ad nauseum forever. It just sounds like more of a pain in the ass than it's worth, to be honest. Yeah. I mean it's a thing and I'm not denying that, but I think the people that spent 30 million on these NFTs 10 years from now are going to regret that purchase. I don't think that they are going to be worth that. If I hand you $32 million, that NFT better be my retirement policy. And I cannot see in 20 years these NFTs being of greater value than they are right now. I just can't. I'll stick to real world assets. These appreciate. So I got my Iron Man #1 for 180 Canadian, and it looks like they're going for 400 right now. What else do I got back here? No, it's not graded. I should get it graded, but Secret Wars 8, 8.0. Going for. What's the difference here between these two? Let's go to actual sales instead of all listings. Completed sold items. Okay, so I got this for 80. It's 220 now. Not bad. 300% gain. Like, these appreciate in value. I'll stick to this. TSG called Soxel. Semiconductors. Yeah, crazy thing, right? Crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, Suffice it to say, my GME puts are probably going to expire worthless today. Oh well. Yeah, anything Canadian, guys. The fees are going to be rough, but they're worth it. As we saw through the fiasco with brokerages in the states, I never had a disruption in service. I use TD. I've been with TD for 30 years. I pay $7 a trade. Um, of the Canadian brokers, I do feel that TD is the best. I've seen the Scotia, I've seen the Caisse Populaire, I've seen the RBC, I've seen the Bank of Montreal. Honestly, my the TD Waterhouse guys is the best in Canada. It's the best of the best of the worst, I should
Bleh.
say. They're not all great, but none of them are particularly fantastic. But um, the charting for me on TD is the best by far. The fills have always been decent for me, pre-market, after hours. So the now, did I get cucked on double fills as a result of their platform? Absolutely. So it's not perfect. I've been burned by TD, but out of all the platforms that are available, I would say that TD is probably the one that I would give my nod to the most. Um, I did make a claim, and I filed with IROC and I filed with the SEC, and nothing came of it. So what is it's a done deal. I just get to claim the loss. Oh no, it's fine. I get to claim the loss on my taxes next year. It's fine. It's not a big deal. All right, my kids are done watching their movie, which means that they need some actual attention. So that is going to be it for me today, guys. Have an amazing weekend. I probably no, I'm not going to be around on Saturday. Let's be honest. We're a Christian family. Tomorrow's Good Friday. Easter weekend is going to be with the family, so I probably won't be around on Saturday, guys. So have an amazing Easter weekend for those of you that celebrate. Blessings on you. For those of you that don't, enjoy the long weekend whatsoever. And I will catch you guys on Tuesday. All right. Later, later, later.